Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all...
And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season, and obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division tells a wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
On first down, Dobbins. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Foles. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's Foles. And this one is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now a carry for Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third and short, Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Landon Graham in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
It's a second down run with Sanders. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Third down, Mariota. Hit comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now the
ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 27, Foles. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st down, Drake. Oh, he bowls over it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Drake. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Give. This is Drake. 116 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 3rd down, Drake. A 1st down and more for Drake. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Foles. He's got Jeffrey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, it's Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Sanders. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. On the handoff, Connor breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Dobbins trying the left side. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. Throwing is Mariota. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Mariota. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
153 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Running right, here's Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Sanders. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. There he goes left side. Past the 20. Is that it? And he will score. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Wiggles free. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And some room to maneuver. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down. Back to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. They go play action. Mariota looking for Shepard deep. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. This one caught by Kittle. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mariota here to throw. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. First down, Mariota. That's swung out wide to Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free, and the Bengals grab it. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnovers.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
He's going to let it fly. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Open man here is Pro. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying...
Now a hit and falls, loses the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. 20, 10, 5, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Foles throw complete here to Komet. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead.
Right there, 54, right there. What we got? What we got? I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, goal. Time goal. Time goal.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go. Great.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chiefs, they'll wind up picking up win number 14 on the year. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.